In other news this Tuesday, the Constitutional Court is today set to deliver judgment on whether South Africans should automatically lose their citizenship when they acquire the nationality of another country. Watching the story is SABC News reporter Ofentse Setimo, joining us now live from Braamfontein in Constitutional Hill. That's where the Constitutional Court is sitting. And Ofentse, at the heart of it, this is really a case about the individual choices that a person makes and the state's right or ability to regulate citizenship.
Absolutely. And in fact, the DA has been saying that a lot of power has been afforded to the Minister of Home Affairs, whereas he can actually determine whether someone, once they've applied for a nationality in another country, they can actually retain their South African citizenship. And the DA has actually described this particular act, which is the Section 61A of the Citizenship Act of 1995, as a draconian apartheid law, which should have ended with apartheid, as they're saying that the apartheid government actually used this particular act to strip black South Africans, especially those that were anti-apartheid activists who would run to homelands or run to your frontline states. They would strip them of their South African nationality the moment they would acquire another nationality at their adopted states. So the DA is actually saying that this particular legislation is a relic, in fact, that is not relevant to the democratic state, as it strips something that is a basic right, there is a birthright that you acquire the moment you are born as a South African, and you are actually not even notified the moment you acquire another nationality or another citizenship. It's just an automatic thing that happens because you voluntarily sort of give up your own South African citizenship. So all eyes are actually going to be on this particular judgment, just to hear how the court will actually come to a conclusion, because we know that they are actually balancing two extremes, with the respondents actually saying that, you know, this is a voluntary act. It's not imposed by the state to say that you're going to lose your nationality once you apply for another citizenship. And they are saying there is an option that is available for those who actually want to retain their citizenship, that they must actually apply to the Home Affairs Department for them to retain their citizenship. And basically it's one of those where the Supreme Court of Appeal found that there is a level of unconstitutionality to this particular act, as it would actually strip someone of their nationality, and there wouldn't be any recourse that you would be able to take upon your nationality being stripped, especially if you had not requested a prior permission for you to retain your citizenship. So it will be quite interesting to hear how the court will actually come to its conclusion, because, as I mentioned, that the Supreme Court of Appeal declared that the law is unconstitutional, but the Pretoria High Court, where the application actually started, had actually rejected this application, saying that the status quo should remain. So we will hear how the Constitutional Court is actually going to balance the two and come to a conclusion today.
It's a fascinating argument, and yeah, we know the Constitutional Court makes the final word on this, so precedent setting in many ways. Ofentse Setimo, live to us there from the Apex Court sitting in Braamfontein. For now, thanks very much indeed.